What is up, YouTube? It is Matt back with another crypto video today again on DigiByte. Yesterday's video, I kind of talked about DigiByte's need for a more aggressive marketing strategy. And just a few hours after that video, this article was released out of the Crimson Brand Studio, written by Jacob Ketien. I probably butchered his name, but he's a master's candidate in health management at Harvard. And this is exactly what DigiByte needs. News coming out about them from such a well-respected educational institution. Second article I have out of Invest in Blockchain. This article talks about 10 top altcoins to watch during 2018. I covered this article the other day when I was talking about ADA, but now I'm going to read his section that he's written about DigiByte. We'll also take a look at the DigiByte roadmap, some things that we have already accomplished and things to look forward to coming out in the near future. And as a reminder, Saturday's video tomorrow gives you the opportunity to win a pair of cryptocurrency socks courtesy of cryptos.com. You can pick DigiByte socks, Bitcoin, or Monero. And as a reminder, there's a 15% discount code in the description below if you would like to purchase your own pair. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button, like it, share it, leave a comment, and let's get right to it. So this first article, The Fight for Your Information. And again, this was written by a student at Harvard. So in an effort to make the application of blockchain technology more palatable for everyday consumers, Jacob, the author of this article, who is a master's candidate in health management at Harvard, details how this digital identification protocol works and discusses realistic use cases for consumers and business owners alike. This post has been paid for in order to allow third-party generated content to be published. It is written for educational purposes, and I'm happy they did that. Maybe after today's video, YouTube will flip on the monetization of my channel. Who knows? So, the blockchain community is constantly looking for practical use cases. One of the latest practical use cases of DigiByte technology is Digi-ID. Digi-ID is an open source, community-driven authentication project based on the DigiByte blockchain, according to their website. This application can effectively eliminate credentialed access to nearly every platform that stores a user's username and password. This technology offers a fast and secure way to log in to websites, buildings, and software applications. And I'd like to say I didn't even consider that, as most places that people work require you to carry a badge around to get through doors. So Digi-ID could actually be used in that sense as well. So listed below are the details of the technology and a couple of specific use cases that are applicable across industries. So how does the open authentication protocol work? Each time a user visits a website, one can simply scan the QR code generated by Digi-ID. If one is using their cell phone, they just click the QR code and the DigiByte app will open to sign you in. Absolutely no personally identifiable information is part of the Digi-ID process. Digi-ID QR codes do not include any previous passwords or usernames and cannot be linked to your information. The QR code only holds where to send the login information to. The authenticator interfaces with the specific website or service the user is using and passes minimal data to complete the action. Nothing aside from your public address is transmitted to the back-end login, is executed via cryptography and random strings of letters and numbers. That's important because if one, DigiByte is highly unlikely to be hacked, and if it is hacked, the hacker's not going to access any usable information whatsoever. They're not going to get your usernames. They're not going to get your passwords. They're just going to have random letters and numbers, and they can't attach that to any one person, and they're not going to get any usable information from it. So there are startup companies built on comparable technologies, and DigiByte is giving it away for free to businesses and business owners and consumers alike. So, consumer use cases, software access, and password security. The world's most popular password is embarrassing, and I clicked this link. As you can see, 123456 is still the world's most popular password. And if you are watching this and that is actually one of your passwords, shame on you. So there have been a number of massive hacks in the last few years exposing personally identifiable information and login credentials. Most recently, Facebook discovered a security issue that compromised the information in approximately 50 million accounts. Another hack, more than 100 million Equifax accounts and an additional 100 million encrypted emails and passwords were exposed by a genetic testing company in the last decade alone. If you recycle your old passwords, meaning you use the same password for your email, Facebook, whatever, you might be leaving yourself more vulnerable to hacks. In fact, doing this reduces your level of security to the least secure system you use your password on. Meaning, if you have the same password for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, your email, your bank account, whatever, whichever one of those is the least secure and it gets hacked, they now have your password for all of those aforementioned accounts. So that's why it's important not to use the same password on everything you log into. And I know that makes it difficult to remember all those passwords, but that's why Digi-ID is the perfect solution, because you don't need to remember the password. So instead of having to put usernames and passwords in the hands of another centralized service or remember a login for each service, this technology affords the user the luxury of a cryptographic second layer security mechanism. So short-term and stretch use cases, physical access and identification verification. A short-term use case for the technology for Digi-ID to be used for credential access to specific buildings, health systems, clinics, and labs that require specific secure access could take advantage of the technology almost immediately. Personal and corporate cell phones can both use Digi-ID for credentialed access to buildings, even accessing your email accounts. There is no way to fake or forge a Digi-ID identity, says Noah Seidman, one of the lead engineers for DigiByte's development team. Seidman has been critical to the development process for Digi-ID and is excited about real-world implementation of the technology. So Digi-ID is consistent with FIDO specifications and could integrate with Bluetooth security keys to provide an open source alternative to mainstream security solutions. Seidman notes that companies can use Digi-ID to build royalty-free competition to some of the world's largest security companies. And it's free. Like, that's the thing. I don't understand why people aren't implementing it at a massive scale yet. Such as Symantec and their multi-factor authentication product, VIP Access. A stretch use case can be certainly practical, but still certainly practical. Might be this type of technology replacing social security. Seidman notes that although there is a tremendous complexity and logistical considerations, it is certainly feasible. Each individual's public key would be their identity. A citizen could prove their identity by signing messages with their corresponding private key. Seidman continues, there would be no way to fake or forge public and private key pairs. This would be incredibly more secure than the status quo. And this type of technology could be used to vote as well. So business owner use cases, integration with your business. Website owners and SaaS, the software as a service providers, will need to implement the technology. Integration with your business will depend on what your product was built with. There are multiple common e-commerce plugins available. If your business plugin is already developed, you can be using Digi-ID in a few minutes. It's important to note that Digi-ID can also be used in conjunction with traditional authentication methods. For example, if business owners does not want to use the two-factor authentication or SMS authentication, an additional security layer, Digi-ID can be offered side by side with the username and password authentication method. The final word, the next practical and exciting use case of blockchain technology is Digi-ID. As we saw, one of the most recent use cases of blockchain technology would be XRP and the XRapid technology going live. So Digi-ID very well could be the next mainstream mass adoption used type technology. The underlying technology was created by Jared Tate, who recently sat down on CNBC Crypto Trader to discuss some of the exciting things going on in the DigiByte community. Tate is supported by a strong development team that is pushing the boundaries of the technology and finding practical use cases with a positive impact. If you are a vendor looking to add additional security to your services, authentication mechanism, or you are looking to eliminate the multiple usernames and passwords in your life, this digital authentication protocol is available to assist. So I am very happy that such a prominent institution as Harvard has recognized the ability of Digi-ID, and it was definitely a good PR and marketing for DigiByte and Digi-ID. So switching to the second article out of investinblockchain.com, 10 altcoins to watch. This is their coverage of DigiByte. So the project began in 2013 when Jared Tate, programmer and entrepreneur, grew tired of the security and speed that Bitcoin lacked. Over the course of the next couple years, Tate and his team produced a blockchain that strives to be the fastest and most decentralized blockchain available for global adoption, and decentralization will be the key in the future. So this led DigiByte to creating a blockchain with more than 100,000 nodes. I think it's closer to 200,000, and 21 billion coins, 1,000 times that of Bitcoin, which is set to be completely mined by the year 2035. Having this many tokens means that if DigiByte sees the usage they are aiming for, payments can be made in whole numbers rather than multi-decimal transactions, combined with 15-second UTXO transaction times compared to Bitcoin's 10 minutes, and 5 different mining consensus algorithms. DigiByte might have given themselves a legitimate shot at the top 5 spots. So why is DigiByte worth watching? 2018 has been a busy year for the DigiByte team, and details of their progress have been released in their blog. While they expressly mention that they can, as quoted here, can never commit to dates to accomplish future projects in that post, they do include a list of future developments, one of them being scheduled and repeated payments. One of the truly useful features we all find when it's time to pay our bills is that of the automatic withdrawal. DigiByte is looking in this direction next, allowing businesses and individuals to regularly use crypto to schedule repeated payments for monthly expenses. They'll also be releasing a mobile address book for Android and iOS that makes saving wallet addresses as simple as saving your grandma's home phone number. Simple, practical applications like this bid the crypto industry well, although they will become part of an expectation as the adoption of cryptocurrency increases. And that's definitely a good thing, because the people I talk to the most via text message, I couldn't tell you their phone number for the life of me. So thankfully there's an address book to store that, and the same goes for public keys in the future when you're sending money. So another thing they have coming in the future is more fiat to US dollar pairings on several exchanges. Increasing the liquidity and exposure of DigiByte will do wonders for the platform and hopefully increase the stability of the price. That being said, there isn't much information out yet aside from what was announced in their blog post. So the developer bounty program. In August of 2018, DigiByte announced the beginnings of a massive developer bounty encouraging programmers within the community to improve the project in exchange for DigiByte rewards. While the program was launched in Q3, the ongoing success the team has had with previous developer bounties shows the potential for a solid relationship between business and community. DigiByte is currently priced at over 2.5 cents at the time of writing, and is down from its all-time high at almost 14 cents in January of 2018. It would certainly be a welcome sign to see it reach those heights again, or maybe even higher. So let's look at the DigiByte roadmap. This roadmap goes all the way from its very beginning up to future developments. So this section here says coming. Now a lot of them have already came. I'm not going to read all of them, just a couple of the bigger ones. So DigiByte added by Cointree, BitGlow, CoinSoda, Zira, and BasicChange.com, which is a Venezuelan exchange, and that's another part of why we're seeing adoption in Venezuela aside from its fiat currency collapse. So Anthem, as reported a couple weeks ago, Anthem was excited to announce their integration of DigiByte Digi-ID with the Anthem ID. They've had Sato wallet support pair trading platform, Exodus wallet support, Bitcoin Superstore accepted DigiByte as a payment option, and that is over a couple 100,000 stores accepting DigiByte as a payment. Crypto Planet Store, Token Business, More Stamp Global, all accepting DigiByte as payment. And a quick look at those. The Crypto Planet is a online retailer where you can buy mainly tech gear, but they also have watches and other apparel. You can use DigiByte to purchase them. Token Business is also a technical store, watches, laptops, all sorts of technology and whatnot that you can purchase with DigiByte. And then More Stamps Global, you can book flights, hotels, activities, and other I think this is would be like renting a car, but you can pay for it with DigiByte. So the use cases of DigiByte are there. We really just need the global adoption of it. So they've also been added, or Jared Tate has a speech coming up in New Orleans, December 3rd and 4th of this year. They were added to, let's see, Changelly supports DigiByte via SegWit address. And then so this is the part here. Because DigiByte is being developed and supported by an unincorporated foundation, core team, and community, all non-paid volunteers, we can never commit to dates to accomplish future projects. So that's why they can't commit to specific dates, but they will be published in the future. So a quick look at some of the future developments. DigiStats Interactive would be a historical blockchain statistics website. As we already covered, address book for Android and iOS, scheduled and repeating payments, memo broadcasts, support logging to blockchain using op return. And I've tried to look up what exactly that means. I know Bitcoin has a very similar feature, but it's kind of confusing. It seems like it's a way to use the blockchain without sending a transaction, maybe storing data such as a memo or a picture or something on the blockchain as opposed to a transaction. If I'm wrong on that and you know what that really means, let me know in the comments. So further integration of DigiByte in a payment processing solutions, more fiat USD pairings, Digi assets for launching ICOs and other decentralized applications on top of the DigiByte blockchain, native Trezor hardware wallet support, the DigiMan browser app, would that be a like Google Chrome type browser, a decentralized browser application supported by DigiByte, the Digi Messenger app, and then this is interesting here, Emma, which will be a DigiByte artificial intelligence assistant. So scalability enhancements, speed enhancements, which these are very good to look forward to in the future. But again, with only 1% of the world invested in cryptocurrency, scalability and speed will not be that big of an issue as they are currently fast enough and scalable enough in terms of DigiByte. So in the future, when mass adoption is taking place, definitely more scalable and better speeds will be a great thing for DigiByte. They also have algo swap coming and artificial block intelligence, and then decentralized applications will be built on the top layer of the DigiByte blockchain with the focus on cybersecurity, AI, and the Internet of Things. So that will wrap up today's video. Again, tomorrow's video gives you the chance to win a free pair of DigiByte socks, and there's a 15% discount code in the description below if you want to buy your own pair. As always, if you enjoy this video, hit the subscribe button, like it, share it, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys later.